Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Agung Firmansyah, and we are from Group 4. And our material for today is Translation Code and Conduct. First, I will explain to you about the definition of code. Translation code is a pattern of rules, procedures, signs, ethical guidelines in carrying out an activity or job. The translation code is a pattern of rules or procedures to guide behavior in relation to the profession. The code of ethics is the procedure or rules that become standard for the activities of member of a profession. A code describes the professional values of a profession which are translated into the standards of behavior of its members. Alright, the next we have the code ethic for translator. The first one we have the confidentiality. A translator may not publish information obtained during the execution of translation orders without client's permission. And the second we have quality. A translator must always try to produce the best translation. And the third we have impartiality. A translator must be objective in every translation contract. And the last we have accuracy. A translator must try to make the translation as accurate as possible by maintaining the meaning and style of the source of the text.
Okay, my name is Bayu Adita Panca from Group 4, and I will explain to you about translation code and conduct. There are some rules or code in translation according to P.K. Komala. And for the first is translation should be easy to read and understand. Even for general users, try to keep the translation friendly, concise, and clear. And for second is the translation result must capture the essence of the original writing. And third, not all jokes and reference are the same in all countries, including Indonesia. You might want to eliminate or replace them with things that are appropriate to Indonesian culture. And next is every translation must correctly and accurately provide changing condition. A request with such fidelity is the translator's moral and legal obligation. And next is strive for consistency in style but still with appropriate idiom or expression. Writing can have a formal or informal tone in the sense of using your language or etc. Because in the general translation are tailored to the audience or users. And the next is avoid offensive language when mentioning individual or group pronouns, including those related to a person's gender, ethnicity, or physical or mental disability. And next is academic or clinical article must not use tone, and writing must be professional and business oriented. And certain verb position conventions are usually placed at the end of English sentence. And the last is don't translate terms. If any term is required to be retained, it must be retained. Very specialist terms are usually difficult to translate precisely. The term can be preserved, but in italics.
Okay. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Agus Mantara from Group 4, and here I want to tell you about how to conduct a translation. That's about from MLR 2020, and he gave 4 tips to how conduct a translation. And the first is research and learning. Research and learning. Don't just translate one by one word, but first understand the meaning and make a new sentence of your version based on your understanding. And the second is know your reader. Translating a reading is another form of writing. When translating a reading material, you are required to always pay attention to function marks, sentence structure, dictation selection, and other writing rules. And the third is know the context, like a writing. Language has an important role for a translator. Language itself can be said as a device to communicate something. Language is culture. Therefore, it is very important for translator to understand the context or purpose of the translation source. And the last is look for and try to understand the implied meaning of reading. The meaning is a word, if put aside from another word, doesn't necessarily have the same meaning as before, especially if the words have taken the form of phrase, sentence, paragraph, and to complete the reading. That's about how to conduct translation. And the conclusion for this material is becoming a translator in Indonesia poses a big challenge. Apart from having to deal with the few that producing translation or translation is easy thanks to various dictionaries on dictionaries such as Google Translate and so on. Translate must also produce quality of translation. Okay, I think enough for presentation for today. Thank you for your nice attention. See you next time, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.